Hi, in the last video I showed you how you could take an animation from Adobe Animate CC and export it into various formats. The native SWF, which is great but no longer supported on Chrome, an animated GIF, which is universally compatible and pretty small, and the MP4 that I converted from an SWF using a program called Swivel. I'm going to ignore the MOV just because the file size straight out of Adobe Animate is pretty huge. It's flexible, it's got audio, but it's not going to be as good as the MP4, at least for delivery over a website. So I'm going to put the MP4 and an animated GIF on this website down here. To get the animation on the website, as you see here, and getting it to play like this, first of all, I've got to make a home for it on a Google Drive. The Google Drive, I like to do this. I like to make a folder on the root of my Google Drive so that I can store the file there, and I'm going to make this folder called Shared with Web so I know what it's for. And there's my Shared with Web folder. And I'm going to right mouse click it right away and find the share option and make sure that this is going to be shared with anybody that has the link. And anyone with a link, I'll hit the save button down here now. Anybody who has a link can view any contents that I put in there. And it's going to be important to do this because if you don't do it, these things will simply not show up. Now I'm going to use the GIF and the MP4 and I'm going to drag them into Shared with Web. I'll double click it just to make sure they're arriving. They're being uploaded now. Because they're fairly small file sizes, that's easy and done. Now I can go back to my web page and I'm using Google New Sites and I'm going to start to build this thing in. So here we go. Let's see here. First off, I got to make this thing small enough that we can actually see it. There it is. No. Okay, that'll do. So down below, I want to put the files in. It's simple. It's a double click, and I'm going to take it from the drive. And from the drive, I can go find that same folder I just made. Shared with Web. There it is. There's the two files. And like I say, this is the easy part. The hard part is just remembering to put it in those folders and to share that folder. But now I could put the MP4 in here. And you know what? I think I'll put the animated GIF in here. And we'll see what the two of them look like, how they compare. Now, it takes a little time to process them. The MP4 seems to be in place. Nope, the MP4 is the one that's winding around. This is the animated GIF. Like I say, it's very universally compatible. The MP4 has to be processed inside of Google Drive for it to be viewable. There's a little bit of conversion or transcoding or something that's taking place. So it's taken this long. Now I'll make it a little bit bigger so it's about the same size and we can do a little comparison. Just like that. And then I'm going to go view the published site just to see how it's behaving. So the original one that I used, I embed most of them. If they're simple and they don't have sound, I'll embed it as an animated GIF because, like I say, it's pretty easy. Oops, I can see I have a problem here. I never did hit the publish button. And so when I viewed the published website, it wasn't showing up yet. So remember to hit that publish button. I'll go back and I will update this website. Take a look. Yep, and there's the animated GIF. And there is the MP4 still being processed. Once it's processed, it'll work fine. But you're going to have to hit a play button for it to make it work. And to give you an example of that, let's see if I can find that with kinetic typography. This is an MP4 that has been embedded. And it doesn't play right away, and it sure doesn't loop, but it does have sound. So when you hit the play button, it'll go ahead and, well, actually, it gives you the play button again. Now this, and you get sound. So ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it. This is how you can embed animations from Adobe Animate into a new Google site. And it works out pretty well most of the time, but you got to take a little bit of patience and you're going to have to know your way around it. Good luck. Try it for yourself.